Films and fermentation, movies and inebriation. With films and fermentation, comedy mixed with taste elevation. Films and fermentation, with Leo, Catman, and Mike.
Welcome back to Films and Fermentation. Tonight, we're not just talking movies, we're storming a castle. Map's right here. Rope, check. Courage, questionable.
Gentlemen, I have one request. First round's on whoever falls off the wall.
All headed in the back, Lee.
Yeah, I know. I was bald headed in the back. And you're Andre the Giant for some reason, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Anyway, welcome to Films and Fermentation. Tonight is a special episode. It's a pivot from what we originally were going to do. With the tragic news of Rob Reiner's death this week. We're not going to get into the details of it. It's a pretty tragic, pretty gnarly story. But what we are going to do tonight is a little tribute to his career as an actor, director, and producer. We were originally going to do a Christmas episode, but we're going to save that for next time around. Again, we are Films and Fermentation, a movie and alcohol podcast, number one beer podcast on Good Pods. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Jack.
And that's Cthulhu Jack, who at this point, for all intents and purposes, is a de facto co-host of the show.
Like, I've become the Steve Martin of the show.
Yeah, I said you're the Tim Conway because everybody thought he was on the Carol Burnett show, but he was always just a guest star.
Exactly.
We're four friends who like to talk shit about movies while getting shit-faced. This week on Films and Fermentation, we're raising a glass to the late, great Rob Reiner and pivoting our episode to celebrate his incredible legacy. Rather than dwell on the sadness of his passing, we are focusing on the joy, heart, and belly laughs his movies poured into the world. From awkward first kisses to epic sword fights and I'll have what she's having moments, Reiner gave us scenes that basically live rent-free in our collective pop culture brains. We'll be revisiting his work as both an actor and director, sharing our favorite stories, quotes, and behind-the-scene tidbits. So grab a drink, settle in, and join us as we toast a storyteller who truly made movie magic. Don't forget, you can drop us an email at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation. Find all of our social media and podcast links. You can watch us now on the Pod Nation Media Network on Roku, as well as the Cthulhu Jack Presents on Roku, as well as YouTube and Rumble. We are an independent podcast, which means we are listener supported. So please consider joining our Patreon for as little as $1 a month to receive members only content. For just $1, you can have what she's having. You can also buy our merchandise at teespring.com or text us at 904-867-4466. What are we drinking tonight, gentlemen?
I'll go.
Go ahead, sir.
Still cracking through my Sam Adams seasonal, but I hadn't had this one on the show before. This is the Sam Adams Cold Brew Coffee Stout, which is 6% alcohol by volume. It is described as inspired by the espresso martini. This robust stout brings together beer and coffee for a rich roasted flavor and smooth finish. This bold brew is sure to bring extra cheer to every party. And once I chug that down, I will be going into my Sam Adams Winter White Ale, favorite of Leo's and now a favorite of mine. So,
all right, Michael, what do you got going on?
Like the show, I pivoted tonight because I was going to continue with the beers I got over the Thanksgiving holiday, but I pivoted and I'm going with Kings Creek Black Label Tennessee Whiskey Cider, 15% alcohol by volume, on the rocks.
Are you off tomorrow, Mike? 15%?
I gotta do my truck inventory, switch out my truck since it's going in for inspection while I'm on vacation, then go into the city to do a very, very small inspection.
And then Mike's going home and celebrating 2 weeks of inebriation and freedom.
Yes, sir.
Like Kevin and I will be doing soon, as well as our schools will be closing soon. Jack, are you drinking anything tonight?
Sticking with a hot toddy tonight. In fact, I'm still buried in snow. So it's the perfect whiskey, lemon, and a little hot water there. Helps it all go down nice and smooth.
All right.
Perfect for the cold.
And that your avatar says Santa Cthulhu, Jack. So I didn't really pivot tonight. I was originally planning on drinking this for our Christmas episode, and I said I'm just going to stick with it. So my first drink tonight is the Mad Elf Christmas beer, holiday ale, 11% alcohol by volume. I only have
work tomorrow.
So I still have work tomorrow too. I only have one of those. So when I finish that, I'm going to finish the last of my winter white ale. I got to get more of that too. So we're going to move on because Mike's This Week in Film History is almost the entire episode.
Hey.
This week in film history with Mike. This week in film history with Mike.
A lot of things premiere around Christmas time. Some Christmassy, not much. Some of them not so much. So we're going to start with 1939, Gone with the Wind, drama film directed by Victor Fleming and starring Clark Gable and Vivian Leigh. Premieres in Atlanta. Best Picture. 1940, highest grossed film of all time, adjusted for inflation.
And
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I was going to frankly, I don't give a damn.
Frankly, Mike, I don't give a damn.
As God is my witness.
I'll never go hungry again. I've never said that in my life. Next one.
All right. 1963, the Pink Panther film premieres, directed by Blake Edwards and starring Peter Sellers and David Niven, with theme music composed by Henry Mancini.
Can I tell you how disappointed I was with these movies? You don't see the Pink Panther once. Like, he just does not. There's no point. What's the point? What's the name for
the Pink Panther the
for the diamond?
This is like, you know, Knives Out, you know, but let's
call it
Scooby-Doo, you know, and just never see Scooby-Doo.
I was going to say, if, to play off our joke from last episode, if you're going to have your choice of watching the Pink Panther with Peter Sellers or the Pink Panther with Steve Martin, take the one with Peter Sellers.
And
Next one's for Mike.
1964 filming is completed for Star Trek pilot The Cage. Cast includes Jeffrey Hunter, Susan Oliver, Leonard Nimoy, and Majel Barrett. Although it never airs, some footage reused in the Menagerie episode of the series.
I wonder what the show would have been like if it continued with Jeffrey Hunter.
You know what? I kind of, and I know there's a series which has Christopher Pike, and I would love to watch it, but I kind of, you know, I kind of want to see him as Captain more than Kirk.
There'd be a lot less sex, I think.
Moving on.
1964 Goldfinger, third James Bond film starring Sean Connery and Honor Blackman, premieres in London.
Greatest villain line in the history of cinema. Do you want me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I want you to die.
Inspired one of the greatest Austin Powers, you know,
Random Task.
Jesus.
Gold member.
He had Gold member, Dr. Evil, and Random Task, all kind of like inspired by this film.
Okay. Let's move on to something more Christmassy. In 1966,
Yes.
Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas airs for the first time on CBS. The animated special is directed by Chuck Jones and features voices of Boris Karloff, June Foray, and Thurl Ravenscroft, with songs by Albert Hague.
Earl Ravencroft sounds like the name of one of our D&D characters.
Yahoo Doris, Yahoo Doris. Why are they calling Doris a Yahoo?
I saw one of those like film theory things online that the reason his heart grew 3 sizes because he had some kind of like arrhythmia.
All right,
I
moving
think
on.
I mentioned to you last week that this is the only time I think I've heard Boris Karloff speak.
Yes, yeah.
You know?
Other than the that version of Arsenic and Old Lace that I saw.
Yeah.
1968, musical fantasy film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, co-written by Roald
Dahl.
Yeah, Roald Dahl, and directed by Ken Hughes, starring Dick Van Dyke and Sally Ann Howes, with songs by the Sherman Brothers, premieres in New York City.
I watched
Did
this when I was a kid.
Broomsticks come out around the same time as this? Because I get the two of them confused.
What movie?
Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Probably somewhere in that time period. Yeah.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was not a Disney film, even though it had the Sherman Brothers doing the music.
Yeah, I remember this one a little bit. I was seeing it as a kid. You know, it's been a while.
1969 film adaptation of Hello Dolly, starring Barbara Streisand, premieres, wins 3 Academy Awards.
Yes.
1971, Stanley Kubrick's film and cult classic Clockwork Orange, based on the book by Anthony Burgess and starring Malcolm McDowell, premieres.
Good family movie.
Yeah.
Good Christmas movie right there.
Good Christmas movie. You'll never see Singing in the Rain the same way again.
No.
This movie was banned for a really long time in England.
I bet. All right, 1976, second remake of A Star Is Born film, directed by Frank Persons and starring Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson, premieres.
This would be. How many times has this movie been redone? I would
35.
love to know.
No,
35.
No, I'm just kidding.
4, I think, right?
It was like 4 or 5. Yeah.
Well, this was the second remake. So there was a remake prior, then the original.
Wasn't the first one the original one? What's her name?
Eartha Kitt?
No, Eartha Kitt. I thought it was Dorothy, Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
Was it?
Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Possibly.
All right. We were having some debate about Star Is Born and who was in the first one.
Oh, yes, Judy Garland. Correct.
It was Judy Garland. Yeah.
Not Eartha
It was
Kitt.
her.
Fine.
Not Eartha Kitt. No. Would have made sense, but no, not Eartha Kitt. And then I don't know what the third one was. The fourth one was obviously the Lady Gaga one, but I don't know what the other one was.
Neither does anybody else.
Yeah, who cares? Next one.
1979, Kramer versus Kramer, directed by Robert Benton and starring Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep, is released. Best Picture, 1980.
Mike, I think your theory last week about Meryl Streep picking out sad movies for Christmas time is really coming to fruition here.
This is like the fourth one in 2 weeks. Yes.
So this is Kramer versus Kramer. Last week we talked about Deer Hunter and
Sophie's Choice?
Sophie's Choice. All coming out of Christmas.
At least she
time.
didn't have to make a Sophie's Choice with this movie.
I'm sorry, there's a correction on The Star Is Born. It was 1937. Janet Gaynor was the first girl that held to start.
Maybe the second one was Judy
I
Garland.
think you were thinking of Gypsy. Wasn't Gypsy Judy Garland?
Maybe
No, it
kinda
was
like A Star Is
1954. 1954 was Judy, because 1954 is when they did the Judy Garland version.
Okay. So then
James
the third
Mason.
one. Okay. So then I think these notes here are wrong then, because it would be the third remake of A Star Is Born with Barbara Streisand.
Well, there's also a TV series. So there's
my God.
one, two,
Well, it would be
there's 4 movies and a TV series.
actually you have the original, the remake. This would be the second remake.
And the radio show.
And then the
And a
third
radio show. And a podcast. The Star Is Born. Letter K we're on now. 1980.
1980, Raging Bull, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Robert De Niro as boxer Jake LaMotta and Kathy. Oh Jesus,
Moriarty.
Moriarty as his wife, is released in the United States. Trailers.
Always will say that there was a robbery, that this did not win Best Picture. It lost to Ordinary People, and Scorsese lost for the first time to an actor for Best Director with Robert Redford.
All right, moving on, because we've talked about that too.
I talk about that every time it comes up, so let's keep going. Yeah.
1980 comedy film 9 to 5, starring Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, and Lily Tomlin, is released.
That's a good movie.
We're also forgetting something. It's also starring
Dabney Coleman.
Somebody who seemingly comes up in the podcast a lot for some reason. Next one's a good one.
Hold on,
Mike's emptying his bottle. Hold on.
Best
That looked
version
desperate,
ever.
man. You're like trying to get the last drop out of it. You're like,
this is really good, guys. I gotta get
almost.
all this
He's
shit.
got his tongue in the bottle.
Hey now.
1984, A Christmas Carol, directed by Clive Donner, starring George C. Scott, premieres in the U.S. So,
Favorite version.
yeah, so this last weekend, I was upstairs wrapping presents, and I was doing a marathon of A Christmas Carols.
Which ones did you watch?
George C. Scott. I watched The Muppets. I did not know Patrick Stewart's. I did not. It's not anywhere except for my DVD. I watched the what's his name? Albert Finney's.
Okay.
Albert Finney's.
Yeah. Mickey Mouse.
All the
Bill
classics.
Murray.
No, I didn't get that far. I didn't have that much to rap. Only about
This is-
5
Sorry,
hours.
Adrian.
I mean, Mike, Kevin, and I always say this is our favorite, the George C. Scott one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, first, just above Muppet Christmas Carol for me.
Mm-hmm.
1985. I know, another happy film for Christmas time.
I know. 1985 film, The Color Purple, based on the novel by Alice
Ooh,
Walker, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Whoopi Goldberg.
laugh
and
riot, that one.
premieres in New York. I tell you. So is the next one.
This is the one we talked about this last week, because Color Purple got robbed out of Africa in 1985.
This is it.
1986.
1986, Platoon, directed by Oliver Stone, starring Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, and William Dafoe, is released. Academy Award Best Picture and Best Director.
I think
Oh.
isn't that a Christmas movie too? Because they do
Yeah.
celebrate Christmas in it. I mean, it's got a
Mhm.
kind of a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, but
Yeah, and they're all smoking weed.
oh yeah,
Here another Christmas movie.
Yeah, 1995, Heat, directed by
there you go.
starring Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and Val Kilmer, is released in the U.S. I think De Niro does the same thing as Streep with Christmas movies. He's been mentioned a lot lately too.
I would like to point out that Michael Mann is currently filming Heat 2.
Why?
With,
It's a prequel sequel, I think.
It's like a
based on
prequel
the book.
sequel kind of thing. Yeah, DiCaprio's in it. Next one, sir.
1998 romantic comedy film You Got Mail, starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, directed by Nora Ephron, and written by sisters Nora and Delilah Ephron, is released.
Wait, finally a happy film.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it is about a corporation
is.
taking over a small business.
It's interesting to see how dated it is because
Yeah.
you use technology in the movie. You know,
You
no
got
longer
mail.
are there chat rooms, or do you get notified of you've got mail, or hear the
Yeah.
screeching of a modem.
Or getting excited when you have mail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're like, fuck, why's all these emails? All these people emailing me.
All spam now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
pretty much.
Next one.
2001, first Lord of the Rings film, The Fellowship of the Ring, is released and earned $47 million during the opening weekend and $871 million worldwide at the box office. You mean there's two more?
We talked about this last week, how the fact that it was all of them were filmed at the same time was great because they were able to release them all a year after each other and not make you wait for it.
Yeah, not like the Stranger Things.
Yeah. So the kids are in their 40s now.
Right.
I said, so Jack, Mike was making a reference to Mike and I and our wives saw Fellowship of the Rings in the theater. And at the end of the film, you know, they're walking towards Mordor and two ladies sitting in front of us go, that's how it ends? and I said, no, there's two more movies after this. And they were like, 2 more? We have to sit there 2 more?
6 more hours?
6 more hours?
And that's not even the director's cuts.
I know.
No.
Talk about a movie marathon. That's 2 days worth of movie. Here's another happy Christmas film.
2004, $1 Million Baby, directed by Clint Eastwood and starring Hilary Swank and Morgan Freeman, is released Best Picture 2005.
Kind of a bizarre time to release that movie.
Yeah, and I saw this one in the theater, and I remember at the end going, God damn, I did not expect that. This was one of the most depressing films I ever watched.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny, is Hilary Swank won an Oscar for this, and she won an Oscar for
The Next Karate Kid.
No, it's the one where
Boys Don't Cry.
Boys Don't Cry. And it just goes to show that the Academy only gives awards to Hilary Swank if she gets her ass kicked in a film.
Yeah, exactly. Except in Karate Kid.
Yeah, Karate Kid. Next Karate Kid. No, yeah. I forgot about that. Next. And the last one.
2009, James Cameron's Avatar, starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, and Sigourney Weaver, is released in the U.S. Becomes highest grossing film of all time.
At the time, it's not the highest grossing film anymore.
Yes.
And as we were saying last week, James Cameron said that if the third film, Fire and Ash, does not do well at the box office, he is retiring the Avatar franchise and not making the final 2 films.
Oh, you guys don't like it? Well, you're not going to get any more.
I know. I haven't watched Avatar since the first film.
I mean, is there so much of that story to tell? I mean, I hear the third one is not very good. It's basically geared towards children.
Well,
So he's taking the George Lucas route with like Return of the Jedi.
Well, the third one is, I think it's over. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. What kid is going to sit for 3 hours and 15 minutes?
Each one is based off a natural element. There's fire, there's water.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was land. The next one will be wood. You know, and metal.
Yeah, I don't know.
He may not be making it, but like I said, it's still a Disney property, so you know they're still going to make the fucking movies.
Yeah.
Wasn't he already given the money for the movies to make
They'll give it to J.J. Abrams.
Well, he was caught up in the Fox deal, wasn't it? Because these movies were over at Fox at the time.
I believe so. No. They had it before that because they had put Avatar into Animal Kingdom before the Fox deal was done.
Was it Sony, maybe?
Maybe.
Because they did buy Sony before they bought Fox.
Oh, did
that they? Mickey, Donald, and Goofy have cameos in the original Avatar.
Of course they do.
You know, they're
getting
blue
ready guy with mouse ears.
They're getting go here. Oh boy!
Boy!
Well, I just think Disney doesn't like Zoe Saldana as anything but either green or blue or.
And she won the Oscar for that penis to vagina movie.
Oh my God, was that her?
That was her. She won the Oscar for that.
Oh man.
Man to woman or woman to man.
Oh, see, I had forgotten all about that.
Penis to vagina.
Penis to vagina. I had that as a drop for the longest time, and I finally got rid of it. I tortured these guys enough with it.
It's my ringtone for coworkers.
Yeah, there you go.
It's my ringtone from my office.
I was going to say, it's a ringtone on my office phone. Principal walked in my office and like, what the hell's that?
The kids in your classroom sitting there singing it.
Penis to vagina. All right, moving on.
Careful, beer. He's got news. It's beer and there's a Kevin. Kevin.
This one comes to us, gentlemen, from the BBC across the pond. This is King Charles pours the perfect pint at new brewery. King Charles successfully poured a perfect pint of Guinness on a Christmas visit to a new brewery in London's Covent Garden, where he tasted his pint-pulling effort. Tasted his pint-pulling efforts. This was his first public visit since the King's video message revealing good news about the positive progress of his cancer treatment. And he seemed to be really enjoying the moment. The King surprised some shoppers outside the event, wishing them a Merry Christmas and shaking hands in an impromptu walkabout in the rain. The King, who seemed in festive form, joked with carol singers that they may be moonlighting from the Royal Opera House and teased reporters that they were not getting to test the drinks on display. The King was opening the Guinness Open Gate Brewery, a £73 million investment, which will be a new London visitor attraction, as well as producing a range of beers. There was a lesson in how to pour a pint, with the King shown how to tilt the glass to 45 degrees and then to leave it to settle for about 60 to 70 seconds, which he was told allowed 300 million bubbles to rise inside the glass. Million. It was not clear who had ever counted them, but the King was ready to raise a glass to Christmas, and perhaps he might even been thinking about good health in a more personal way. His pint-pulling trainer, Leo Ravina, said he had
a pint-pulling trainer.
He had a pint-pulling trainer. Said he had poured the perfect pint. This is very alliterative, and it's going to make me trip. If you say so. If you say so, replied the King, who wiped away a foamy Guinness mustache. The King seemed less convinced by another piece of high-tech boozing, where he was shown how an image could be printed using beetroot or carrot juice onto the beer's surface. Although, as monarch, he had to avoid sharing his point, or in this case, pint of view.
Oy.
Yeah. There was also no mention of the social media fad of splitting the G, where drinkers tried to reach a certain point in the Guinness pint. In the pint glass, but the King seemed to enjoy some of the less usual beers on offer, including one which was apricot flavored. This tasting session was in the 232 bar, named after the temperature at which the barley is roasted to get a distinctive flavor. Guinness also gave the King a tour of the inner workings of the beer-making process. Despite the rain, the King seemed determined to go outside, where crowds appeared to be taken back to see this unexpected visitor and held up their phones in the drizzle. He chatted to a couple about keeping their baby warm in the downpour. There was also a tour of a Christmas-themed food market, and among the other guests was movie director Grinder Chadha, Gurinder Chadha, who made Bend It Like Beckham and has now launched a modern version of A Christmas Carol called Christmas Karma. It has a message about compassion and multicultural communities, and Miss Chadha said the King had asked for a copy of the film to watch at Christmas in Sandringham. The King was also introduced to young people who were being trained in the hospitality industry. Nick Jagahani of Guinness's parent company Diageo welcomed the seasonal royal visit. Pubs and restaurants are the heartbeat of hospitality sector, and this is a wonderful show of support for the industry.
For an Irish
So there you
beer,
got it.
For an Irish beer, it's a fair amount of non-Irish names involved.
I know. Well, yeah, you know.
Well, but can he toss some fries? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I'm going to tell you something though. I like Lizzie a lot more than I like Chuck. I really wish Lizzie was still around to do something like this. I would have gotten a kick out of it.
Watching the Queen pour a perfect pint.
Yeah, perfect pint. You know,
I had a pint pouring trainer as well when I worked at Veterans Stadium in '93. I wasn't pouring it right because I was 15 years old and never poured a beer before. So the customer reached over the counter and said, "Here, let me show you how to do this." I actually laughed when I first saw the title of this because it was like King Charles pours perfect pint at new brewery, and it made me think of a line from Good Morning Vietnam where Rob Williams goes, "This is in the Pope is Catholic." No shit. All right. Oh,
Next,
God.
Bronx
If you
man
took Bronx out of the title, I would have thought this was a Florida. Story.
Yeah,
Bronx man sentenced over 5 years for stealing massive quantities of beer.
Let him go. Let him
go. Give me beer. A 29-year-old Bronx man was sentenced to more than 5 years in prison on Thursday for leading a criminal enterprise that stole caseloads of beer from rail yards and beverage distribution facilities across 4 northeastern states.
What is he, a hobo?
Feeling a modern day.
I live on a boxcar. Ride the rails.
I was thinking modern day Al Capone.
Yeah.
And resold
There
the
you go.
Pilfered Pilsners. Oh, good. More alliteration. Jose Caesari led an armed crew that repeatedly targeted rail yards and warehouses, stealing massive quantities of beer and treating it like easy money, said Jay Clayton, the U.S. Attorney for the South District of New York. He took part in more than 3 dozen thefts and recruited others into the scheme. Prosecutor said Caesari led a Bronx-based armed crew that carried out more than 3 dozen beer heists across Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and New York between July 2022 and April 2024, pilfering hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of beer. During a typical theft, according to prosecutors, Caesari and his team would meet in the Bronx and travel to one of the targeted facilities under the cover of night. They would typically travel with at least one U-Haul box truck, which would be filled with hundreds of cases of stolen beer, primarily Modelo or Corona imported from Mexico. The bilked brews would then be inspected and resold in the Bronx, and each participating crew member would typically get paid hundreds of dollars for a night's work. Prosecutors said Caesari would use social media to recruit accomplices and showcase his profits. In one photo posted on Instagram and shared by prosecutors, he climbed a rail car filled with Corona and holding a yellow angle grinder. The other post, prosecutors said he advertised that he could provide police scanners and also promised new recruits $100,000 in 10 days. Other photos posted by Caesari and shared by prosecutors showed him wearing a Corona t-shirt, included a caption which said in which he boasted that while people got rich off of coronavirus, virus emoji, he got rich off of Coronas. Caesari and 7 other Bronx men were charged in connection with the scheme in April of 2024. He pled guilty in July of this year and received a 63-month sentence on Thursday, as well as 3 years of supervised release afterwards. He must also forfeit the $473,710.52 in profits and pay back $518,710.52 in restitution. Attorney information for Caesari has not been made immediately available to the Gothamist. There you go.
Okay.
Mike, you have any must-try brews for us tonight?
I do. I'll continue with the Christmas theme. Excuse me.
I hear you.
Bell's Christmas Ale is a fascinating seasonal brew because it deliberately breaks from the mold of typical holiday spice bombs. Instead of leaning on cinnamon, nutmeg, or clove, it celebrates pure malt character. A bold choice that makes it stand out in the winter warmer category. Here's a quick breakdown that makes it unique. Shit.
Shit's what makes it unique.
No.
That's interesting. That's right up there with Barnyard Funk.
Buy my product.
Key characteristics: the style is Scotch ale, winter warmer, 7.5% alcohol by volume. Flavor profile: smooth caramel and toasted malt backbone, earthy herbal hops from Michigan and the Pacific Northwest, subtle spice notes that come naturally from malt complexity, not added ingredients. The brewing inspiration: designed as a seasonable holiday beer, something you can enjoy more than one without palate fatigue. Uses Michigan grown barley, custom malted by Breeze Malting to deliver a dry, toasted note and toffee like sweetness. No added spices, setting it apart from the crowded field of cinnamon and clove heavy winter ales. It is the kind of beer that pairs perfectly with cozy winter rituals, wrapping gifts, sitting by the fire, or sharing stories with friends. The malt driven warmth makes it festive without being overwhelming.
As I was saying, I finished the 2 beers I was already planning on drinking for some reason, because, I have a problem. So I'm drinking a Mike's Hard Black Cherry now as an alternative since I ran out of things to drink. We are moving on to the main segment tonight. Tonight, we are talking about the career of the late, great Rob Reiner. I'm going to start this with a quick little tribute video that I made in his honor. So here we go.
You're Mr. Bunker.
You figured that out, huh?
A Hollywood legend who may have started out in television comedy,
But I would be proud to partake of your pecan pie.
but whose expansion into filmmaking gave us perhaps the greatest romantic comedy,
You can't handle the truth.
the most quotable courtroom drama, and the first mainstream mockumentary. This morning we are remembering the incredible life and career of Rob Reiner, who has passed away at the age of 78.
Beat it, or I'll call the Brute Squad.
I'm on the Brute Squad.
You are the Brute Squad.
Oh, God. Oh.
I'll have what she's having.
This is a top to, what we use on stage, but it's very, very special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
And most of
11, and
the
then
amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's 1 louder, isn't it? It's not 10. You see, most blokes are going to be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up, all the way up,
Yeah.
all the way up. You're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?
I don't know.
Nowhere, exactly. What we do is if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. 1 louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
People want leadership, Mr. President. In the absence of genuine leadership, they'll listen to anyone who steps up to the microphone. They want leadership. They're so thirsty for it, they'll crawl through the desert toward a mirage, and when they discover there's no water, they'll drink the sand.
Do you know that we don't catch that fishing boat? There ain't gonna be no deep sea fishing. We'll have to stay on the dock with the old people here. Hold it. What are you doing here? What? What about the other foot? There ain't no sock on it. I'll get to it. Don't you know that the whole world puts on a sock and a sock and a shoe and a shoe? I like to take care of 1 foot at a time. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
I'm never gonna get out of this town, am I, Gory? You can do anything you want, man. Yeah. Sure. Give me some skin. I'll see ya. I see you first.
Act like we're working. Okay, wait, he's coming.
Okay, so I think if we short Pfizer, that's it. And if we have
$30,000 in 1 month, Jordy? Huh?
They're business expenses.
Yes. Jordy, look what you got here. What? Look at this. $26,000 for one dinner.
No. This could be explained. Dad, we had Pfizer, the Pfizer clients.
Right, the porterhouse from
The
Argentina.
expensive champagne, the wine. We had to buy champagne, and you ordered all the sides. Tell them about the sides.
I
you
ordered
ordered.
the sides,
so
Sides? Sides? $26,000 worth of sides? What are these sides? They cure cancer?
The sides did cure cancer. That's the problem. They were there. That's why they were expensive.
Shut up.
I'm serious. I know.
Stop.
Grandpa? Maybe you could come over and read it again to me tomorrow.
As you wish.
I think you should have ended on the home movie one where it was him in the bed.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
know. I thought about that, and I was like, it was hard to find like a good clip of that. But it was also like there were other ones too that I could have included, but it was just like it was already 5 minutes. I was like, I'm gonna.
Did you have to use like the gayest scene from Stand By Me?
I love that scene, man. It's a great scene. I love Stand By Me. I'm sorry. I like everything about that movie. I don't care.
I love the movie too, but that's like the gayest scene.
Oh, that's the scene right before he tells you about how he dies. So it's like I actually cut it off right there. I was going to include the after story too, but I kind of cut it off. Anyway, Rob Reiner, born 1947, was an acclaimed actor, director, and producer whose work helped define modern American cinema and television. He first became a household name as Michael Meathead Stivic on All in the Family, winning Emmys and establishing himself as a gifted comic performer. In the 80s and 90s, he shifted behind the camera and delivered an astonishing run of classics across genres, including This Is Spinal Tap, Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, and A Few Good Men. He co-founded Castle Rock Entertainment, which produced influential films and series. Reiner's career is remembered for its emotional warmth, sharp wit, and enduring impact on both pop culture and the craft of storytelling. Anybody have anything they'd like to say?
I'm just got my shivers when you said Misery, as usual.
No, that movie, man. That movie.
My ankles hurt.
Yeah, that was the last one I that was the last one I reviewed of his not recently, it was last, I guess, beginning of this year. Yeah, rewatched it. I hadn't seen that one in 30 some years, and that was it's a perfect movie, man. The movie's really, really good.
It's a great movie, especially when you think about how it's all in one place.
All in one place, and then a lot of foreshadowing that you kind of forget about that pops up later on. Then you're like, oh man, you see it coming right before he does. And I mean, there's just so many just brilliant moments, and a lot of times too, you're like really hoping she doesn't go through with some of the stuff she goes through with, and then when she does, you're like, oh.
Like the hobbling scene. The hobbling scene is the scene that Mike's talking about here that like gets me cringy every time I think about it. But I also like, as many times as I've seen the film, I always jump at the scene where Richard Farnsworth gets shot in the back.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say well, it's funny with the hobbling scene, you really don't see anything. I mean, that's what's great. Is they cut it like right, like 2 or 3 frames in from like when the foot starts to go. So it's your imagination that just carries that, which is great. And then as Farnsworth, it's like when you get to him in the house, you're like, oh, great, it's the cops. They're finally there. Nope.
And she kills him. It's like, oh shit! Like I really thought he was going to save.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's great because it builds up. I mean, he doesn't have much to do except he's just kind of putting this together on the sides. But you really come to like him a lot, as well as his wife, and all the kind of other characters in the film that are not in there or not that much. What little screen time they have, Reiner definitely knew how to pull out the best from them.
And it's funny, like I was going through his filmography, and so many of his films were Stephen King stories.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, because you kind of forget. Like I completely forgot. Like, oh yeah, A Few Good Men he did. Oh yeah, Mrs. It's just like Misery. I mean, movies that you don't associate with Meathead. Because I grew up. For me, the first time I ever saw him was All in the Family, and so growing up as a kid watching him in All in the Family is like, who the hell is this guy? It was funny as hell, and the show's great. And watching it now, my favorite thing sometimes to do is to go on YouTube and watch people, people have never seen the show, younger folks
reacting to Archie Bunker.
videos, it's like some of the best stuff ever. And that's 70s TV, which people forget. We've been so pushed down by everything that you forget back then everything was a little freer in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between that and the Jeffersons, and then when you had those two shows crossbreed into each other, which was even better. And then you had Sammy Davis Jr. show up. And he has just stoking the fire every time. I mean, he was Archie's perfect arch nemesis.
Perfect foil.
Yeah.
So he started Castle Rock Entertainment, which is of course named after the fictional town in many Stephen King stories. Fictional town in Maine. He started in 1987, and the company was created as an independent film and production company, giving creative freedom to filmmakers. It's through Castle Rock that he produced Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, and other films. The success of that led to him backing films like Shawshank, Green Mile, Misery. So as I was saying, a lot of Stephen King stories. But what's crazy is the money they made, a lot of it came from the biggest hit of Castle Rock Entertainment's, over. He was the producer behind Seinfeld.
Oh wow,
Seinfeld,
Castle Rock, through Castle Rock Entertainment.
That's right, yeah.
And that's how that's where a lot of the money that came into the production company he was able to use for a lot of the films that they were able to back because of it. I mean, that's he had 3 careers. He was an actor, then a director, and then a producer, and was pretty good at all of them. And he comes from royalty. His father's Carl Reiner, so it's he already comes from Hollywood royalty.
Yeah, Carl was hysterical.
Yeah, I love Carl.
Isn't he the oldest man?
There's the 2,000-year-old man. He used to own Mel Brooks. Yeah. So I'm not going to go into the awards thing too much here. He never won an Oscar. He was nominated one time as the producer for A Few Good Men for Best Picture, but never got a directing Oscar.
Which is crazy.
It's crazy when you consider the things that he's done in his career. The filmography is crazy. We talk about how directors usually have some sort of signature that you can pick out.
No.
You don't have, he doesn't have a signature.
No, that's what I'm saying. You got, A Few Good Men we just talked about in Misery. If you told me that those were 2 different people, I'd totally believe you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at his directing category here. He did a bunch of TV movies at first. His first major film that he directed himself was This Is Spinal Tap in 1984. So right off the bat, you got a mockumentary.
Right.
Okay. In 1985, he directs The Sure Thing with John Cusack. It's John Cusack's first major film role.
So he's the one to blame.
Yeah. This is it's a really funny movie if you've never seen it. It is.
It's a fun little movie.
No, I'm talking about the rest of John Cusack's career.
John Cusack, no, but it's actually a really good movie. It's a good it's like a teen road trip, 80s sex comedy kind of thing, but
very sweet.
pretty good movie. And it's John Cusack, it's Anthony Edwards, Daphne Zuniga, really young in this film. Nicolette Sheridan. It's a really good movie. I actually just rewatched it recently because I haven't seen it in a while. Then in 1986, he does Stand By Me, a coming of age film. A movie that I watch literally at least once a year. It's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Again, we get to blame him for Will Wheaton.
Not in this film, though. I mean, he's really good in this movie. If you're talking about Toy Soldiers, that's a different category, but this is a really good movie.
I was going to actually watch that the other day. I saw that on
Toy Soldiers?
Toy Soldiers. I was like, ooh, I remember that movie.
I watched it not too long ago, Jack. Really doesn't hold up well.
Yeah, I know. I can imagine. I
would love to hear you review that one on the channel.
I think I might have to.
Then he does Princess Bride, 1987, probably the movie next to Shawshank, the movie I probably watched the most in my life.
That's a
movie.
Yeah.
It's funny, I haven't watched it in a while, and the other night, I think it was Tuesday night, I put it on, and my wife goes, "You're watching Princess Bride again?" And I was like, I haven't watched it in a while, and Rob Reiner just died. I want to watch Princess Bride. And I quoted the entire movie from beginning to end as I was watching it. And my wife kept looking at me as I was doing it, and I was like, "Still got it, baby. Still got it." Then in 1999, he directs When Harry Met Sally, probably the quintessential romantic comedy. Like every other romantic comedy after this is trying to be When Harry Met Sally.
Yes.
I think this is, to me, this is a perfect film. I love this movie so much.
That is, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not big on rom-coms or anything, but this one I can watch. My wife and I watch this probably at least once a year too, because it's just such a great film.
Oh, see, coming from you doesn't mean much because you watch a lot of rom-coms. Let's say it. This is probably my favorite rom-coms, and I don't watch rom-coms.
I don't watch a lot of rom-coms. This is one that I will watch because I love it because it's so well acted. The dialogue is amazing. It's written by Nora Ephron. So another thing is he works with good people.
Yes.
Right. So like this is Spinal Tap. He worked with Harry Shearer and Christopher Guest and all these really good people. Harry Met Sally works with Nora Ephron. Princess Bride, he works with William Goldman. So I mean, it's like he works with really good people.
American President, he worked with Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah, I mean, like he surrounds himself with the right people. Misery, he basically puts Kathy Bates on the map with this film.
Oh, no kid. Oh my god.
And so he goes from a rom-com to a horror within 1 year. Then in 1992, he directs A Few Good Men, possibly the most quotable courtroom drama of all time. You know, like probably like with this and My Cousin Vinny.
Well, you know, now that you mention Seinfeld, because Costanza actually quotes that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's funny now that you mention that.
You can't handle the truth. So, and then in 1994, he directs what is considered his first flop. Princess Bride didn't make a lot of money when it first came out, but it like really picked up steam on video. In 1994, he directs North with Elijah Wood.
I forgot all about this movie.
Yeah, it's his lowest rated film. It was a box office bomb. And I have a video clip to show for this that I thought was really funny. At a Friars Club roast of Rob Reiner, the host of the roast was Richard Belzer, the comedian.
Oh, no.
He brings Rob Reiner up to the podium and he says, I would like you to read this review of North by Roger Ebert. And so he brings him up to read it.
This is Roger Ebert. It's taken off the internet.
Read this paragraph.
Okay. All right. I hated this movie. Hated this movie. Hated it. Hated every simpering, stupid, vacant, audience-insulting moment of it. Hated the sensibility that thought anyone would like it. Hated the implied insult to the audience by its belief that anyone would be entertained by it. Well, I thought this, you know, if you read between the lines, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. The testament to his comedic timing that he could come up with a line like that after that.
That's funny.
Yeah, so he rebounds in 1995 with The American President. So now we're doing a political drama / rom-com / whatever you want to call it. A movie that I didn't realize he directed till I looked at his IMDb. Like we've talked about this on the show like a few times, and I had no idea that he was the director of this movie.
Because we talk about it with Sorkin because of
we talked about it in terms of Sorkin with the writing. We talked about it in terms of Michael Douglas as one of our favorite like movie presidents. We talked about it in terms of like great monologues from films, but then like in terms of directing, like I never knew he was the director of American President.
We even recast it.
Yeah, yeah, I think we did, didn't we? We do it in Muppets.
We recast it with Muppets.
Then he does Ghosts of Mississippi in 1996, starring James Woods. Again, another like pivot. From there, I kind of like fell off a little bit. I've never seen I Am Your Child, The Story of Us, Alex and Emma. I saw Rumor Has It with Jennifer Aniston, not a great movie. Then he did a short Spinal Tap film. The Bucket List is a movie with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I heard of that one.
It's a pretty good movie. It's kind of, it has some funny moments in it. It's a little bit of a maudlin film, but it's not bad. Flipped, I've never seen. 8, I've never seen.
8 he did with Eminem, didn't he? Wasn't that Eminem's?
8 Mile?
8 Mile.
No, that's not the same one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't think he directed 8 Mile.
Oh.
Yeah, and then so the last thing I saw of his, if I go through this list here, is 2023. He did a documentary called Albert Brooks Defending My Life, which was a really, really good documentary. I like Albert Brooks. Defending My Life is one of my favorite comedies, which is the Albert Brooks comedy. And he and Robert Reiner were really good friends. So he did this whole documentary about Albert Brooks' career. It's really, really good. And then there's 2 Spinal Tap films that haven't been released yet. Spinal Tap 2 continues.
That has been released. It is available for streaming.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It is.
So there is a third one too that was completed, but it's not being released till 2026.
Final finale.
Final finale, which will technically be his last film.
Oh, wow.
As a director. So yeah. Wow. It's kind of crazy. Jack, anything to add to that? Like,
no. No, I mean, that's a lot to digest. I mean, it's one of those things. The only thing when you mentioned when Harry Met Sally, I was working at a movie theater at the time when that movie came out, and I don't know how many times I saw it, but anytime that I was not in the theater, obviously, and I was either outside or at the popcorn stand, just waiting for the movie to finish, I knew that when the orgasm scene was happening in the diner, that I had X amount of time till the show ended. So I always listened for that moment. And I was like, okay, great. We've got, I can't remember now at this point, but it was like, whatever, 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever it was. So I was kind of like halfway through the movie, but
that's funny.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, man. I mean, it's, he's one of those directors that, there's a lot of guys that have, you get the Wes Andersons and the Tarantinos and the guys that kind of do the same shtick, except just has a, kind of different clothing on it every once in a while. But he really just kind of was all over the place. And I think that has a testament to do also to his father and how much his father was also, did TV stand up, I mean, that's what those guys did back in the day. They were entertainers. They did everything. A lot of these guys, even his father, and before that had started in vaudeville. So it just kind of makes sense. But for him to have that kind of, wide berth of films to choose from, I think is pretty extraordinary.
Well, that's the thing too. When you lose him, you're losing a film historian too. Because by growing up, as Carl Reiner's son and somebody growing up in the industry and somebody who had a passion for the film industry,
yeah,
he had a lot of knowledge of prior filmmaking that he was bringing into his own. So like Harry Met Sally is very much like a Billy Wilder kind of story.
Oh yeah, sure.
Preston Sturges kind of thing. So it kind of and then you think it's something like Misery, even though it's a considered a horror film, it does have some very early horror elements where it's not about the gore, it's about the jump scare and the
well, and I think too, it really helped him out a lot, and I think it's from his personal experiences of working on television first, because when you're working on television, you have 20 some odd episodes to do a season. So, everything's usually, even back then, it was pretty quick paced, and everything had to be rehearsed, and so on and so forth. So when you have all that kind of knowledge going into it, I mean, he didn't make his first movie until you said, 1984 for Spinal Tap, which to me, when I first saw it, I thought it was made in the 70s, and I saw it as a kid. So I was like, I had no idea at the time. But I think that helped him a lot to navigate that field of directing, because he knew how to rehearse everybody really well. Because that's the thing with his movies is everybody's just solid. There's no, no weak link comes to me. It's all pretty solid performances across the board with everybody.
He has
really real performances too.
Yeah, he has a hand in a lot of the casting in his films as well.
And
he's really good at picking out the right actors for certain roles. So Stand By Me, he picked out the kid actors and he had them spend time with each other so that they actually had a friendship before going into the film. Princess Bride, he was the one who brought in Andre the Giant to play Fezzik. And he's I don't see anybody else play. Who else could play this?
Right.
I like.
I mean, with Princess Bride too, which is one of my favorite films. Just that's one you can always just pop in and pick it up anywhere, and you know exactly where you are and where you're going, and
Yep.
it has so many agreeable lines to just remember.
Was the old one rising?
Exactly. What was I going to say? But the what makes that movie fun is it's just constantly moving, and what I find a lot of times now, and more so with like TV shows and such, or streaming shows, is that when people have conversations, they do this whole thing. I notice it a lot in like shows like Walking Dead, where everybody's walking, kind of talking, but not really having a conversation, and then suddenly stops, and then you get this, kind of diatribe of dialogue for the next umpteen whatever minutes until a zombie just silently jumps out or something happens or whatever, and you kind of nod off. Whereas if you watch The Princess Bride, they're always moving. I mean, they may stop here and there, but during the whole sword fighting sequence, you have this banter between these two characters, which is very reminiscent of obviously the swashbuckling type of stuff in Errol Flynn days.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy when you think about it. That movie was made in the 80s and they did that. And movies now where cameras are smaller, lighter, and so on and so forth, people just stop because for whatever reason, it's not as interesting.
Yeah. And you want to be able to drop that exposition, but keep your audience involved as well. And that's what makes that sword fight scene so great. Is you learn a lot about these two characters while the action is happening around them.
Right. I mean, it's called moving pictures. So, I mean, it's,
and I'm technical about it.
Right. Well, I mean, it's kind of a double entendre with it. I mean, you want to have you always want to have the characters moving, and even if they're just, talking in a scene, it should be moving.
You just wiggled your finger. Doesn't that make you happy?
My wife got out of the car going home from work today, and I was standing outside, and I see her getting out of the car, and I went, "Hello, lady."
She probably rolled her eyes at it.
Yeah, she usually does. I love backstories, like behind the scenes stories, and one of my favorite Princess Bride stories is they're getting ready to film a scene. Andre's in the scene and a couple other people, and Rob Reiner goes quiet on the set, and Andre the Giant rips a fart that goes on for like 17 seconds. There was like this long, loud, rumbling fart. And Rob Reiner turns to Andre and he goes, "You feel better, Andre?" And Andre goes, "Cool now, boss." Like what else we got here? Like, and then like you think like a movie like Few Good Men, you get Tom Cruise at like peak Tom Cruise, like acting Tom Cruise, not action star Tom Cruise,
Yeah, no, I just saw him in an interview with the Vampire last night again, which I hadn't seen since I saw that in the theater, and the guy's pulling it in, man. I mean, he's really dedicated to the roles that he plays.
Yeah, like in the late 80s, like 90s, he had a stretch of films like Few Good Men. He's really great in that. He's great in Jerry Maguire. I love him in Interview with the Vampire. He's amazing in Born on the 4th of July. Then he does the first Mission Impossible movie, which is a really good movie, you know, and he got Brian De Palma behind that one. And then all of a sudden, he just kind of like pivoted into
action
the
hero,
action star, and he was making movies like Eyes Wide Shut and Vanilla Sky and things where he was like trying things. So like I feel like Reiner got him at just the right moment for that movie.
Yep.
Yeah, because he like Vanilla Sky and Magnolia. Those are like the last. Those are like late.
Oh,
90s.
Magnolia is amazing. He's so good in Magnolia.
Yeah, I just saw a thing the other day with him talking about that, and I guess he was saying that whole speech that he starts at the beginning that never existed really in the script. It just says like there's a line that says, "Oh, he speaks here," and so I guess he invited Paul Anderson down to his studio basement where he has a little stage and projector and all that type of stuff, and he actually just made up the speech right there in front of him, and Anderson just was aghast by the whole thing. I was like, "This is brilliant."
That makes me sad even more that he's not the actor he used to be. That he come up with that speech on the spot.
Yeah, right. So
was that the power of the cock speech?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's such an amazing I think if you could say like, okay, well, Scorsese's go-to is the tracking shot, and Tarantino's go-to is the nonlinear storytelling, and Wes Anderson is the aesthetics and the cinematography. I think if you had to say that Rob Reiner had a style, it was variety.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you could say there's anything about him that was consistent, it was that he was not going to do the same thing twice.
No.
I would say with that is what he can get out of his actors. Come on, it's everybody. It's well known that Andre was never really easy to get along with all the time, and he got that performance out of Andre.
Yeah, I mean Andre wasn't an actor; he was a wrestler, but it was like it was a role that was made for him, literally. And I remember that's another story from Princess Bride I love is where he said Andre was just kind of sitting to himself in between takes and smiling. And Rob Reiner said, what are you smiling about? And Andre said, because nobody here looks at me. Like everywhere he went, he was an attraction. He was a
sideshow.
But on set, he was just another one of the actors.
Right.
He said it was like a happy moment for him.
That's cool.
Yeah. So he was also an actor prior to this. And like he was in a lot of things, but most notably, as aside from directing Spinal Tap, he was the journalist in Spinal Tap. Of course, Meathead and All the Family. He did the grandfather role in the Princess Bride home movie.
He played a doctor in many a movie, whether
he was a doctor,
psychiatrist, or I think he was a vet. What movie was he a vet in?
Oh, I don't know.
Mixed Nuts.
Mixed Nuts. He was in Mixed
Nuts.
Yeah, like he did a lot of cameos here and there too. Yeah. My favorite thing though is Wolf of Wall Street. I think he's hilarious in Wolf of Wall Street. He's so funny as as Mad Max, Jordan Belfort's dad. If you had to do a top 5 off the top of your head, I know I'm putting you all on the spot. What would be your top 5 Rob Reiner films? I didn't have this in the notes. This just came to me just now.
Few Good Men is number 1.
Okay.
When Harry Met Sally, number 2. Princess Bride 3. American President 4. Spinal Tap
5. No particular order. I'm going to Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, Misery, A Few Good Men, and what's the other one I was thinking of?
American President.
American President, yeah.
Yeah. If I had to rank them, I'm going to rank them by the ones I've seen the most. So number 1 would be Princess Bride. Number 2 would be Stand By Me. Number 3 would be Harry Met Sally. Number 4 would be Few Good Men. And number 5 would be Misery.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to go with you again, Leo. I mean, I didn't see him in that many times, all of them, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my top list with him. I don't think I have anything I haven't seen American President.
Yeah. American President's a pretty good movie.
That's
Spinal Tap I liked a lot. I remember, that.
Have you watched West Wing at all?
Maybe an episode here or there when it was out, but nothing.
So like really... West Wing was written by Aaron Sorkin,
right?
And so is American President, and you can feel the tendrils that exist between the two, especially because Martin Sheen is in both of them.
Oh no, kidding! Which was American President first?
He's the vice president and American President, and then he's the president.
No, he's the chief of staff in American President.
Oh, he's the vice president.
No, he's the chief of staff.
Chief of staff, I thought was Allison Janney.
No,
he's an American President, and then he's and then he is the president in the West Wing. So,
I'm surprised by, and I'm just going through it here. I wanted to double check. He's never worked with Tom Hanks.
Really?
I haven't come across anything where he's worked with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, it's funny because I just read the filmography. You think I would have noticed it, but yeah. That's weird.
And
that
I
seems
don't know
like
why. That seems because maybe Tom Hanks and Nora Ephron are such a pair. When you
I know because he did Sleepless in Seattle and You Got Mail are both Nora Ephron. Right. She directed those 2 films.
Did he produce any of them or no?
He acted in
You Got Mail,
Sleepless.
I think.
He acted in Sleepless. I think he was a friend of Tom Hanks.
He worked with him at the architectural firm or wherever he works at in the film. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. Like they work together, but he's never directed. That seems like something that should have happened. Like that was like a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Like maybe Rob Reiner should have directed The Burbs instead of Joe Dante.
Oh man,
then it would have been the masterpiece that it was.
Oh, I loved it. I'm not.
Maybe
zero irony. I love The Burbs.
I haven't seen The Burbs since it came out in the theater, and I I don't know. Maybe I didn't like it at the time, and I don't know even why anymore. But if you've seen it recently,
Yeah, I watched it like 2 weeks ago. I love the movie.
I mean, does it hold up? I mean,
no, it's a
barely
terrible
remember
film.
it at this point.
It's a terrible movie. It's
a horrible movie.
It's
All
a
right,
bad
good.
shit movie.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
But I have proclivity for some bad films, so I actually like it.
The movie he should have directed with Tom Hanks should have been
Joe versus the Volcano.
You know.
Perfect. That would have been a great movie.
That's see, I love The Burbs. Kevin likes Joe versus Volcano, so we both like really bad
I
Tom
see.
Hanks
Gotcha.
movies.
The Money Pit.
Money Pit. Money Pit's actually pretty good.
Mhm.
No, but nobody likes The Bonfire of Vanity, so we're not going to.
No, God, no. Or Hudson
All right,
Hawk.
we have some.
Oh wait,
Listeners-
these gentlemen love Hudson Hawk.
Yeah. I love
Oh my
Hudson
God,
Hawk.
no.
I fucking love Hudson Hawk. Oh my God. I love it. I have it on DVD.
That movie is it's so sad because it was such a fun idea, and oh Lord. There you
Here's
go.
my physical media. Hudson Hawk.
Was that gifted
Right
to you,
here
or did
next
you
to me
actually have to pay
on
for
the
that?
desk.
He bought it. He bid on it. He actually paid more than it was worth.
Ooh,
It's still in the packaging. I never opened it.
that's just a DVD, right? They never made a Blu-ray.
It's DVD, $5.50 at Walmart.
There you go. $5 too much.
He's waiting to get it autographed by oh, I can't think of his name.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce
And
Willis.
that could be Bruce Willis.
That could be
Well,
anybody.
that's
in
not
that
the
film.
autograph
The only
that's in
person I think who can still autograph it for me is Annie McDowell. Oh my God, Jack! I can't tell you the amount of bad films that I love.
Oh yeah, no, they're a lot of fun.
Oh,
I'm actually
I mean,
going to be
you
reviewing.
and I were talking earlier today about Naked Lunch. That's a batshit movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was, it's been taking me a long time to get to finally sit down and watch it because I wanted to be right in the right frame of mind. If there's even a possibility with watching that movie.
Were you sniffing bug powder?
The bug powder, and I didn't really remember much of it at all because I hadn't seen it in 35 or whatever years. And so watching it again, I love that. I love the experience of like not remembering shit and then just watching a film again like you just had seen it for the first time all over again. But a little bit of that kind of residual effect from the past. So it was wild. And then just listening to the commentary the second time was a hell of a lot of fun.
I'm going to throw one out at you, Jack, real quick. Nothing to do with Rob Reiner. It's just it's a forgotten film. I would never do it on Films That Time Forgot because nobody's going to know this one.
Mhm.
But I'm curious to know if you would know this one. It stars Judd Nelson and Bill Paxton.
Oh yeah, The Dark Backward. I have that.
There we go. I knew Jack would know it.
And I had it on Laserdisc.
You have that one?
I don't know if I still have it on Laserdisc, but I definitely have it on DVD. Yeah, I love that
He's
movie.
got it on beta.
Dark Backward is a movie about two guys who work at a junkyard, and one of them suddenly grows a third arm.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater. That movie is very great. I mean,
You saw it in the theater? Wow.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater, and it was, that came out around the time with you got like Street Trash a few years before that.
Yeah.
Which was a
Well,
trauma
around the
film.
same time as like what's that Freaks movie?
Freaks, or yeah.
Not the obviously
No, not the 30s one, but the Freaked. It's called Freaked, I guess. With,
Freaked, yeah.
What's his name? Winter there, the Bill and Ted kid.
Yeah, Alex Winter directed it.
Yeah. So you had all those weird, bizarre movies at that time, and it's great. I mean, and then you had The Vagrant with Bill Paxton. We had this crazy vagrant that's like harassing through the whole movie.
Jack and I should do a side podcast called Shitty Movies.
Oh yeah. It's funny. People argue
put
with
it
me
behind the
about Basket
Patreon
Case.
wall. What'd you say, Jack?
I was going to say people argue with me about that movie Basket Case
Oh,
because
I
I
love
hate
Basket
that movie. And I just think it's terrible. I don't even think it's like a fun good movie or fun bad movie. But again, I haven't seen it in some 30 years. Maybe it will be fun now. But
Well,
back
it's still,
then,
it's still a crappy movie, but
what's that?
It's still a crappy movie, but it's
Yeah.
one that I've watched recently.
Yeah, no, it's one of those I gotta check out again.
If I need like just to watch something for the sake of watching something, I will often just put on a really bad movie because I don't care. Like I love them. So
Well, that's what I love is because now they run Mystery Science Theater on YouTube and such. I just love having that on in the background where you have the Mystery Science Theater guys, and then you get the movie, whatever the hell it is. I mean, I can have that. To me, that's the most beautiful background other than music is just having
Are you
those guys.
talking about the original MST3K?
What's that?
The original one with Joel Hodgson.
Yeah, Joel's great.
Yeah, the original
Joel,
one,
Mike, any of those guys.
As the Manos Hands of Fate episode's a great one.
Yeah, no, that. Well, I love too when they make fun of the, like the industrial videos or the industrial film strips at the beginning.
Mhm.
I mean, those are bizarre.
I can keep going, Jack, but we're gonna move ahead. Listener shout outs tonight. I said earlier, what's your favorite Rob Reiner film on Twitter? I didn't get many responses because I kind of put it out there late because again, this was a last minute idea. Nate, who's been on the show before, Monster Island Film Vault, says it's a basic choice, but The Princess Bride. And I told him that's not a basic choice. It's my favorite of his films, so don't worry about that. And Dave Garrett on X also gave us Stand By Me, and I said, great choice. I do watch that at least once a year. So this is our last episode of the year. We're going to take a little break for Christmas and New Year's, spend some time with our families, and we'll be back later in January with our next new episode. So I thought we'd end tonight with a quick mailbag question. Tammy Q on X sent us a question. It said, what's the best movie featuring a character with your first name? And I took the liberty of doing the research on this already for all of us because I figured there's a lot going on with that question. So let me bring up the list that I have here. So starting with my name, we have Leo Marvin, which is the Richard Dreyfuss character in What About Bob? We got Joe Pesci in the Lethal Weapon series as Leo Getz. We have Channing Tatum in the movie The Vow as Leo Collins. We have the animated film Leo that was on Netflix in 2023, voiced by Adam Sandler. But my personal favorite, Leo Bloom from The Producers, played by Gene Wilder and Matthew Broderick, respectively.
Leo Bloom. That's a good
Leo
one.
Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
Leo's not a name you hear a lot, so Kevin is a name you hear a lot, though. So we have Kevin McAllister in Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
We have a film called We Need to Talk About Kevin, which is about a school shooting, so we're going to move on from that one.
Yes, keep moving on.
I have abuse in these movies.
Man, it's a crazy movie. Minions has a minion named Kevin.
Banana.
Banana. James McAvoy's main alter ego in the Split film is Kevin Wendell Crumb.
Yeah.
But my personal favorite is Pixar's Up. Kevin is a girl?
I agree. That's my favorite Kevin too.
There we got Mike, one that comes up a lot in movies, oddly enough. You got Mike the Mouse and Sing. You got Mike Hanlon in the It films. You got Elliot's older brother Mike in E.T. Mikey Walsh in the Goonies. John Favreau's character in Swingers is Mike Peters. You got Magic Mike, Channing Tatum character as well. But my personal favorite from Monsters Inc., Mike Wazowski.
Hey.
Hold on.
There's also Mike from Michael,
the Archangel movie.
Yeah.
With John Travolta.
It smells like cookies all the time.
And I didn't want to
Like
leave Cthulhu Jack out, so I have one for Jack and for Cthulhu. So for Jack, we got Titanic, Jack Dawson. We got Jack Sparrow from the Pirates films.
All water-based movies so far. Makes sense.
Jack Skellington from A Nightmare Before Christmas. Jack Torrance from The Shining.
Oh, even better.
Jack Reacher. Jack Ryan. Jack Traven from Speed, the Keanu Reeves character. Baby Jack from The Incredibles. Robin Williams' son Jack from Hook. But my personal favorite, Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China.
Hey, there you go.
I think you missed one.
All the reflexes.
Yeah. What's the one I missed, Mike?
Jack Frost.
Jack Frost. There's a bunch of Jack Frost films. You got to pick one.
Oh, yeah. I've seen them all. It's terrible.
One.
And then for Cthulhu, we have The Call of Cthulhu from 2005, Relic of Cthulhu from 2009, a Cthulhu from 2007. We have a Spanish horror film from 1990 called Cthulhu Mansion. Call Girl of Cthulhu from 2014. And even though the name Cthulhu is never said out loud, the arrival of this creature at the end of the film Underwater from 2020 might as well be named Mr. Cthulhu.
Yeah, I reviewed that. I love that movie.
I love that movie. It's a really good movie.
Oh my god, that sequence with the deep ones coming after her.
Yeah, that's a really, really good movie.
I thought you were going to say at the end of Hellboy with the tentacles coming out.
Yeah, it's another one. It's kind of pretty Cthulhu-ish. Mike, you have any beer trivia history for us this evening?
I got some beer history. November 1975, Anchor Brewing Company released Our Special Ale, quickly recognized by its Christmas tree label and holiday greetings. It was the first seasonal beer from an American brewery since Prohibition, sparking the modern tradition of Christmas ales, rich spiced brews that appear before Thanksgiving. The recipe, based on Anchor's Liberty Ale, has been tweaked annually, with the 2014 edition marking the 40th release and featuring a giant redwood on the label. Flavors often suggest nutmeg and cloves, though the exact recipe remains secret. Early versions leaned more on hops than malt. Anchor's Ale wasn't the first American Christmas beer. Around 1950, Kingston, New York's Barman Brewery offered Salvatore, marketed as a special Christmas beer brewed with rich barley hops, spring water, and pasteurization.
Everybody got that?
I should say thank you to Tammy Q on X for sending us that mailbag question. I forgot to thank her.
Yeah.
We have a cinema quote of the week to close out with.
I've made movies that nobody saw initially, and then all of a sudden, people over the years pick up on it, like Spinal Tap and Princess Bride from Rob Reiner.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to your ability as a director that you become a cult master.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Let's see. I had fun with my drinks tonight. I'm really feeling them right now. I had a Mad Elf, a winter white ale, and a Mike's Hard Black Cherry. Jack, what did you have again? Because yours got cut off a little bit early.
Hot toddy.
Hot toddy. Keep
Hot
you warm
toddy.
on those snowy nights. Kevin?
I went through the Sam Seasonal and enjoyed a winter white ale as well as a Sam Adams cold brew. So,
all right. I'm assuming Mike liked his drink because I just watched him try to tap the last drop out of the bottle.
Yeah, it was really good.
All right, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight for a special tribute to Rob Reiner. We hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Don't forget to drop us an email at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation. Find all of our social media and podcast links. Watch us on Roku, on YouTube, or on Rumble. And also text us at 904-867-4466. We're going to take a little break for the holidays, but don't forget to stop by the crossroads between pickled and fermented next time around for episode 222. We're going to do a review of the 2025 movie season and a preview of the 2026 movie season. That episode will drop on January 13th, 2026. In the meantime, I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Cthulhu Jack.
And this has been, and you can find Cthulhu Jack on YouTube at Cthulhu Jack Presents and on the Pod Nation Media Network on Roku as well. This has been the Films and Fermentation Podcast. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year, everybody.